All right, welcome back to Twintero. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to talk about Gary's favorite personality, Elon Musk.
President Musk.
Lord God Emperor Musk.
King of the world Musk.
I remember it was only Jovan Musk Oil for Men. But
yes.
He's really taken that brand places nobody ever saw it going.
Yeah, I remember back in the 80s, if you wanted to smell a little musky. Not anymore.
Not anymore. That's not a smell you want anywhere near
anything like that smell. So, good old Elon Musk.
Gary's hero.
Yeah, he's
Gary's hero. God, you can't pause like that, or else I'm going to insert Gary's hero into it.
So he's gotten himself involved in a bunch of little elections around the world. He had some success in the U.S. election, supporting our dear leader Trump get reelected. Current situation, subject to change. But he's also inserted himself in supporting far-right candidates in England.
Nigel Farage.
In Germany.
Don't know basically the new Nazi party.
Yes.
Call it what it is.
He's the wife of the Brazilian president.
He's in a troll war with her.
Yeah, basically told us she's next. Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister Trudeau, he's said some unkind things, and he's been kind of backing the far-right candidates in Canada as well. So, he's gotten a little bit of the taste.
And Miss Le Pen, I'm sure, in France.
Yeah, he's gotten a taste of this, and he wants the world to sort of align with his thinking, because he's clearly far more intelligent, and his vision is far better than the rest of us. And so, we should just do what he tells us we should do.
Yeah, we should be good peasants and obey in advance.
Yeah, so we're going to read on Musk's energy, and we'll go from there.
All right. And again, this is for entertainment purposes only because, Elon's Gary's hero. And we don't want to upset Gary's hero.
Yeah, no. I purposely won't buy a Tesla. There's a reason why there's no Tesla in my driveway.
And a couple years ago, it's funny because you see people now have started putting bumper stickers on their car. I bought this before I knew Elon was crazy.
Yep.
And
which will probably be the thumbnail of this.
Michelle and I looked at buying a Tesla about 4 or 5 years ago, and didn't pull the trigger then, and now ain't no way. Mm-hmm. And I was asking her the other day, it's like, well, how long after Elon is no longer involved with Tesla would it be okay where you would consider buying a Tesla? And she couldn't answer that question. Hate to think that the whole brand's damaged because of this guy, but he's become synonymous with the vehicle, even though he's not the one who designed it or did anything significant with it other than happen to be in charge of the company. Now, to his credit, with the Roadster, when they couldn't meet all the lofty promises that they made, he did a really smart play. He fessed up and was like, you know what? We're not going to be able to make this car like we said we were. But then what he did was he would give updates. Every time they had like an engineering breakthrough, it's like, hey, we came up with this great breakthrough. It's going to increase the range from 200 to 215 miles. And instead of 300, I think they got it to 250, and that was good enough. And he rolled people in that they felt like they were part of the process. And that's what started his popularity and his fanboys. Because they felt like he was the first executive that was honest with them. And, and forthright and transparent. And people like that because they feel invested in the product. The problem is that for whatever reason, Elon his head blew up bigger than a Trump baby balloon flying outside. And now he thinks every idea he has is a great, fantastic idea. It's the right idea. And if we don't recognize that it's the right idea, it's because we're too damn stupid to, know our left hand from our right hand. And just trust good old Elon to tell us what's going on here, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the energy on
Mr. Musk.
Yeah, how's he feeling after the election and
That he bought.
Yeah, and then we'll see
If he's still Gary's hero.
He's still my hero for entertainment purposes only. Okay, Foundations reading for wands. Look, hey, we're celebrating. Yay!
It's not the age of Aquarius. It's the age of Elon.
Yes, look, everyone's celebrating me because I helped Trump win this election.
And I'm Gary's hero.
The challenge, the Five of Cups, the Sorrow card. This is how I'm feeling every time David says he's my hero. The challenge is, I think what it is it's not enough for him. He got a taste of that victory, the taste of that being able to hold sway, and running around like Trump's shadow, actually running around like he's president and Trump's his vice president. And he's sad because he doesn't want that to go away. He's enjoying this being on the world stage and being on the lips of everyone here. And you're going to like that card. Underneath it all is the victory card, Six of Wands. Hey, I like riding around claiming victory, and I want to keep doing it.
You just get tired of winning.
Yeah, hashtag winning.
Now, the other thing that you've got going on here is the fact that MAGA is rejecting Elon right now because Elon wants to keep H-1B visas at their current levels, if not increase them.
Yep.
And that violates one of MAGA's 4 covenants, or their 4 tenets, or their 4 commandments. Thou shalt not work against white men and who are heterosexual and Christian. So as long as you support whites, men, heterosexuals, and Christians, you're fine with it. You can do anything else as long as you don't attack those 4 protected categories. And H-1B visas, I keep wanting to say viruses, visas bring brown people into the country.
Or Asians.
And the reason why MAGA doesn't want that is that we want white people to have those jobs.
Yes.
Not brown people. We want white people to have those jobs. And Elon's like, well, but we can pay brown people a lot less money and abuse them and treat them like slave labor, and you get a product that's a lot cheaper, and we save a bunch of money. And MAGA's like, not impressed because it violates one of the 4 commandments. So, and then Elon's basically calling them a bunch of idiots, which they are. And, Elon's right in that they can bring in these people cheaper and then abuse the hell out of them. Now, if you're into that sort of thing, you can only imagine what Elon must think of China.
Yeah.
With the factories to make Apple products over there, where they put them in dormitories and make them, basically stay on campus 24/7.
He's like, why didn't I think of that?
Exactly. Oh, God, it probably brings a big smile. Oh, if only I could do that.
Yes.
That's what he would do. Given half a chance, that's what he would do. And he can't in the U.S. MAGA's got a point that, instead of bringing in outside workforce, why don't you give the jobs to the workforce that's already here? And Elon and his buddies don't want to do that because they'll have to pay the money.
Yep.
And they don't want to pay the money. Mm-hmm. My thought is, give it to the most qualified. If it's an H-1B visa candidate, it's an H-1B visa candidate. If it's an American worker, it's an American worker.
Well, the whole thing with H-1B visa, and I have a little bit of experience with it in a previous job. Basically your justification for H-1B is you cannot find that skill set in the local workforce or in the regional workforce, and therefore you have to have this ability to bring in immigrants who have this skill set.
Sure.
And so on both sides, you could totally find this skill set, especially in the Bay Area, for people who are tech bros.
And Laura Loomer brought that point up. It's like, y'all went and laid off all these people. I mean, they're not qualified? And people are saying, well, they're just lazy and entitled. It's like, oh, God. Go ahead, fight. Just watch the two sharks just shred each other. We're just going to sit back and watch the feeding frenzy.
Yeah, let them chew on each other for a while.
This is what they get. This is what they wanted. This is what they get.
Mm-hmm. In the past, Elon came out with new messaging. New actions and new messaging. Hey, we've got a novel new approach to stealing an election. Here, watch how I do it. Current energy, Justice card. That's an interesting card.
That's an interesting card. We can only hope. We can only hope.
We may have to go to a creative discussion of what this card means. In this case, my knee-jerk reaction wasn't actual like justice, as in okay, we're bringing Elon Musk to justice for what his election. Although I guess it could be. If
I'd love it for that, but I don't think that's what it is either.
I think this is It's almost like validation in his mind.
Sure.
That this is justice and validation that my way is the right way. The actions I'm taking are just, and the ends justifies the means.
Yes. I'm smart, you're not.
Yeah, pretty much. Overarching energy is the Nine of Pentacles. Look at all the great things of wealth and value that we will have if you just do what I tell you to do.
I'm chuckling because I did a reading on the fallout between Musk and MAGA, and that was one of a very prominent card that came up. It's they want all the money. Mm-hmm. They want their lifestyle, and they don't want to share that money with other people, which is why they're trying to, import intellectual talent and then pay it pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Because they want more. It makes more money for the company, and they get more money and more power and more influence, more, too much and never enough.
Yeah, we get all the finer things if you just do what I tell you to do.
God.
Yeah.
Peasant.
And the we is a very small group of people.
Yes.
This is somewhat like the Six of Pentacles comes up. It's kind of the trickle down economics where most of the trickle doesn't trickle. Lesson to be learned is Empress. There is enough here for everybody.
Yes,
we can all prosper, but that is not his goal.
Nope.
His goal is I want to prosper,
right?
And my ideas will help me and people like me prosper, even though there's room for everyone.
Do prosper. Everything that I tell you to, so I'm wealthy, and I'll just tell you what to do, and you just do it. Leave the thinking to me.
Yeah, and you gotta love the outcome. That Seven of Swords, there's a lot of speculation that he helped Trump steal this election. In this case, I think what he's now doing is what he has done for the United States. He now wants to spread his action to other countries who aren't paying attention closely enough to what's happening here and how it happened here.
I almost get a vibe of like, surrender your free will to me, and I will. I'll make your life easier. Yeah. But all he's doing is just self-enriching. It's all about self-enrichment.
Yeah.
Give up your free will, give up your choices. Just be a peasant. Surrender your freedoms, and we'll take care of you. So you'll never have to be scared of anything ever again.
Now, in his defense, he's my hero.
That's right.
In his defense, I mean, some of the things aren't necessarily bad ideas. For example, balancing the budget, trying to streamline government spending. There's nothing wrong or bad with that. Strengthening the dollar, or, making sure the dollar doesn't collapse due to extreme debt in the U.S. government. I'm not against any of those ideas, but you can implement these ideas without, harming thousands and thousands of people in the process.
There's three stages to it. One is you can look at your systems and try to get rid of redundancy or waste or things that just you don't get a lot of bang for your buck. That is one part. That's where your Department of Government Efficiency would be.
Yeah.
You want to make things more efficient. But you also, by doing that, you can also cut expenses where you can. And this is what the Republicans want. They want to cut expenses at all costs. And if that means, raising Social Security benefits to 70 and cutting back on the VA and screwing soldiers over and things like that, well, they're okay with that. Yeah. But it's because they don't want to do the third thing, which is increase revenue. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you can increase revenue by, forcing corporations to pay some form of minimum tax. Or, it's amazing. I pay more in tax for the feds than Donald Trump has in the past 8 to 10 years.
Yeah. I think most people have paid more in tax than Donald Trump has.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, how is that? How is that fair? How does that make sense?
Yeah, and some of their ideas just like, well, let's get rid of a whole department because it's redundant. It's like, wow, okay, first of all, that tells me you have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
You know, that if it was that obvious, it would have been done already. So you clearly don't know what this department does. And I sure hope to God you take some time to figure out what it is they do before you just decide that we don't need this portion of government. Yeah. It seems redundant on the outside, so clearly it's redundant on the inside. Get rid of it. Yeah, like I said, thousands and thousands of people being impacted because someone had a thought of a plan and didn't do any kind of meaningful research. Yeah. Okay, shall we look at the world stage?
Yeah, let's look at the world stage. What's the Elon effect as he tries to go across the world stage and enforce his will on other countries? Foundation. It's the vision I just had was Ka the snake from Jungle Book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the he's got the eyes, twirly eyes. Trust in me. It's kind of like hey, it works in the United States. Maybe I can work my magic.
That's exactly how I was
internationally, and that's the international card. No, looking overseas, I've done what I can do in the United States. I'll bet you it translates well. It's kind of like Whose Line It Is Anyway or The Office. There's some things that translate well in different countries. It's going to be a lot harder than he thinks.
Yep.
Because the sensibilities of folks in Europe are different than the sensibilities of folks in the United States. Now, granted, Elon did grow up in South Africa, so he's going to have some international understanding that not everything that Americans do is necessarily going to be embraced by the rest of the world, but he doesn't let that get in the way of what it is that he wants to implement.
No, if he can make money on it, he's ready to go.
Past King of Wands, he's been the kingdom. He's been the king of his own companies.
Yep.
He's go in there, bark off a bunch of orders, fire a bunch of people, get people real scared of you, and then go on to the next shiny object. Mm-hmm. So he likes being in charge and barking out orders
and taking action.
Telling people what to do and how to do it.
Yeah.
And then leave them to that while he does other things.
Yeah, and he's had a lot of success doing that.
Yeah,
so
he hasn't failed at it. Not like Trump, who's had everything he touches dies. Mm-hmm. Everything Elon has been involved with has made money. Current situation, King of Cups. Elon doesn't have the warm fuzzies about him. And in some ways, he's a troll. He doesn't like to have his judgment questioned.
Yes.
It causes him to have a man-baby tantrum.
Yeah, he's not emotionally in control or command. He doesn't have a command of his emotions.
Yes.
He's got a better command than Trump does, but he is by no means is he an emotionally intelligent person. And there are probably some medical reasons why.
Steve Bannon was referring to him as a toddler who needed a wellness check done on him because he has tantrums. Things don't go his way. He has tantrums. We're talking international though,
yeah.
And his
this could be the other governments looking at this going, ugh.
His international presence. I don't think his presence, what works in the U.S. for him isn't necessarily going to work internationally, because he's an outsider coming in trying to buy their elections. And I think they have maybe a more mature outlook on having their elections. Again, he wanted to donate like $100 million to Nigel Farage, and then figured out, I only have to do $25 million to give Nigel Farage the leg up. But England's looking at it like, wait a minute, do we really want this guy's money coming in and him telling us in England how to run our country? Lesson to be learned, Wheel of Fortune, it will happen if you let it. Elon's got plans. If there's no pushback from the governments of these other countries, mm-hmm. especially, and part of it might be, if there's an economic downturn, they might start welcoming his money because they can't raise it otherwise. But this will happen if you let it. It will not happen if you push back. So, got to make the wise choice.
You see, what I get from that card, my gut feeling on that is he's going to leverage the whole refugee thing again.
Yeah.
Here's the people you can other.
Yeah.
I could give you lots of money. You just need to other people.
And that's part of the problem with both Elon and Trump is that they don't unify, they divide. They were able to stay together during the election, the MAGA cult and the Tesla fanboy cult, because they made the Democrats the common enemy. But now that the common enemy is gone, what they have left is who gets all the power. And they don't, this is not like one of those things where they think it's a 50-50 split. It's a 95-5 split or 90-10 split. And even that, I think they think is overly generous to give the other side 5 to 10% of the control.
Okay, so is he going to be successful in exporting his brand of imperialism, his brand of authoritarianism, and do as I tell you across the pond into other countries? Well, there you go. The trick, I'm telling you, folks, the trick is find someone to punch down on. It's all about those refugees.
Well, it's funny, he's from South Africa at a time where apartheid was the rule of the land, where the majority of the population was being governed and ruled by a minority population.
Yeah, but he might have been okay with that.
Absolutely was. He was not on the downside of it. Why would he care?
So the foundation is the 5 of Pentacles. People being out in the cold. Hey, all the money's here. You want the money? These are the people you need to punch down on. Here's my offer to you. I can help you with that.
When it takes all, baby.
Win at all costs. You want to win. I got Trump in. I can help you win.
You don't want the Labor Party out there doing it, do you?
It's it's a lot of work, but at the end of the day,
there's your Elon card.
There's your Elon card. I'm Elon. Underneath it all, this is the Elon energy bringing it forth.
Yeah, looks like it's almost like, what are you willing to give up to get that? And if the economy takes a downturn, will that amplify his message? Mm-hmm. It often does.
Yeah.
Because
you got to have someone to blame, right?
Exactly. The economy's bad. It's the Labor Party's fault because they let immigrants in. No, it's stuff like that because then you could be angry at a group of people and take out your anger, fears, and frustrations on them, and it's completely unwarranted.
Yeah, it's that 9 of Cups. It's also, if times are good, people are okay with the status quo.
Yeah.
So, that undercard doesn't have to be Elon Musk. The undercard could be, hey, if things are going great, his message is going to fall on deaf ears.
It's diminished because who wants to hear his rabble rousing when things are going well?
Yeah, if everything's going great, go away. That worked for you and the Yanks. That's not going to work over here.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got.
No, that's just one more thing that you have to give the audience. They look forward to it every time.
Yes, indeed. The secret card. So that's our reading on Elon Musk. And today's secret card, for all of you that stick around, that's the appropriate one. I kind of thought that one would come
make
up.
Your choices, baby.
It's all about choice.
Yep.
And
that's kind of the aggravating thing, apparently, is that we're all down here as part of a group project. And if there's one thing I can't stand, is group freaking projects.
Yeah. He said that in today's video. The video that came out today. Yeah, it's the way this last reading, those last 2 cards, the secret cards, are basically, you got to make a decision, and if anything's, the Wheel of Fortune's spinning right now.
You get free will choice. You can, whatever decision you want to make is fine. It will both get you to the finish line. It's just, how long and how painful do you want that decision, that experience to be? Yeah. It's a group project. everybody's just like, yeah, we want fascism, because that's a great way to get people to unite, is through fascism. You know, a unified pummeling of your human rights and decency to the point where you say we don't want fascism anymore. Well, yeah, that's a great fast track, you know, because the lessons, apparently we like them to be really fast and painful around here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Heaven forbid you take the high road and try and lift people up through kindness and generosity, because that'll take a long time, and people won't suffer as much, so we don't learn it as quickly.
Yes. It's like the three-headed knight. I say we kill him.
Yeah, that's right. Go brush your teeth.
That's right. I say let's be nice to him. Thank you for watching. If you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. If you really like it, subscribe. We release new videos every day at midnight Pacific time. Leave a comment. I read them all and I respond to many.
Yeah, thank you very much for supporting our channel. We'll catch you on the next video. Take
care, folks. Bye.
Bye.